This continues our presentation on joining tables. Now, where we left off is with this example. It asks to find the authors of the book Secrets of Silicon Valley. Now, if you may recall that there's an author table and a book table and a table in between them to glue everything together, because we've got to go through 3 tables to get an answer to this. Well, I'm going to go ahead 2 slides to look at the database diagram. Here's the author table with Social Security number as its primary key, the book table with the ISBN as its primary key, and both those tables connect to the book author table that has the combination primary key of both the SSN, Social Security number, and the ISBN number. So we connect through both. So we have to go through this table connecting on the Social Security number, and then once we have that connection, we use the ISBN number to then connect to the book table. This ties all 3 tables together, so all the information in these columns, and these columns are available to be presented in our select statement. I'm going to go back to the slide we were on now, and here's walk through the statement. So we're getting the last name, first name, and title from the author, join to the book author table using the Social Security number. That's the connecting column. Now, book author joins book using the ISBN number. Additionally, we have some criteria, and we specify that criteria in the where clause, where title equals Secrets of Silicon Valley. All right, let's go ahead and run this statement. I have preloaded it here, and I'm going to run it now. So we have 2 authors. Ann Dull and Cheryl Hunter are both authors on the Secrets of Silicon Valley. Now, all the columns are available to me. This is from the book table. That's from the author table. I could even put the author order on here. That's from the book author table. Let's try that one. And we can see that Ann Dull is listed first and Cheryl Hunter is listed second on the book title. Let's go back. Now, joins may be planned, like we just did. We had primary keys and foreign key relationships. You may recall that a foreign key is any column or set of columns in one table that refers back to the primary key value in another table. Joins do not have to be planned. If I had an editor's table with an author's table, I could join on the city column. There's a city column on the publisher table as well. I could join that to the author table. Here's the database diagram again, and you can see this again. I have a city here in the author, and I have a city in the publisher. Neither one of them are primary keys or foreign keys, but they can be joined. You can make any join that you want in a relational database. It's up to you to figure out whether that join makes sense, if it solves a real-world problem that you need solving. Most of our joins are done with equality. We use the equal statement. But there's nothing to say that you can't do it with a greater than or less than or a not equal to. Sometimes those things make sense. For instance, if we had some sales information, we may want to join tables where our ship date is greater than our sale date. Maybe we promised our customers that we were going to ship out the same day we sold, and we want to see where we're falling down from that promise. So using a greater than for a join could work. Now, the join columns don't have to have the same name. What you're really joining is data. They have to either be of the same data type or they have to convert to the same data type. For example, I could join a zip code with a salary. Wouldn't make much sense. The zip codes are stored as character-based data, but they're all numbers in the United States. So if I were running a United States application and joining the zip code to a salary, it would try to do it. Doesn't make much sense, but SQL doesn't know about that. And that brings us to the third bullet. The join should be meaningful. Now, remember that nulls found in any of the connecting columns will never join. You'll never get a match on a null. Here's an example. We're going to show a list of all authors that live in the same city where the publisher named Algo Data Info Systems is based. So look at the statement. I've got last name, first name, city, author, joining the publisher, and I'm using the city column. Since it's city equals city, I can just use the using instead of the on. Again, I add some criteria here, where name is Algo Data Info Systems. Let's go ahead and run that statement. I've got it here. I'm going to copy it into my interface. And now I'm going to run the statement. So we have Carson Sherrill and Abraham Bennett. They live in Berkeley, and that's where Algo Data Infosystems is based as well. We could check that out if we weren't confident we could run a separate select statement, but trust me, the SQL works. Now, when you run a statement, you're going to get a row returned for every successful join, and data may appear to be replicated in the display. That doesn't change the data. Replication can happen when I get less than all the columns. Maybe I just get a first name or last name from something, and that matches the criteria in more than one place. So the first name and last name might repeat in display. So just be aware that that can happen. Here's a little exercise. We're going to show a list of the authors whose last name is Ringer and show the city they live in, but only if they've written any books. This is a little bit different. In the past, we've had some kind of other criteria, but how do we know whether somebody's written a book? I have one last note here to put the statement in last name order. Let's look at the answer. I select last name, first name, and city. Author joins book author. Remember the table that has both the Social Security and ISBN number. If you have written a book, you're going to have a row in the book author table. If you're an author we have in our database, but you have not yet written a book, there'll be no row there. So if we get a match, we join successfully where the last name's Ringer, we know that they've written a book. So this will answer the question. Let's go ahead and run this statement. Got it saved off. I'm going to copy it, bring it to our interface, and run the statement. So there it is. Now here we get what appears to be duplication. Ann Ringer, Albert Ringer. So that's okay. This duplication is perfectly fine. Let me show you a little trick since we're here. If I don't want to see duplicate rows displayed in my results, I can put the keyword distinct here. And I'm capitalizing it for dramatic effect. Click again, and it won't repeat a whole row that has the same data on it. So that's one way to eliminate duplicates from display. This ends our second part of our join presentation. We'll pick up again with the next presentation.